Hey everybody, this is Tucker from MattKiteboarding.com. Welcome back to another Wing Wednesday. And today we're going to talk about some of the new, I guess not some of, the new North Nova wing foiling wing. This is North's first wing for wing foiling. They're jumping into this new sport. It doesn't mean that it's a bad wing by any means. They've really done their research. They're not rushing to market. They've taken a long time to get it right. And really, what they've come up with is phenomenal. I mean, you wouldn't expect this level of refinement and quality, you know, until you hit a second, third level product release-wise. So great job, you know, guys over at North. Obviously, they've got a team of amazing designers. They know what the heck they're doing. So wouldn't expect anything less. It's just awesome to see that the product is so phenomenal. The first thing that kind of hit me when I saw the wing, and this might be like kind of ridiculous or whatever, but I was just really excited about the color scheme. The black and teal is just different than anything anybody else is doing. It's really, you know, beautiful looking wing. It's snazzy, man. I mean, thing's like a black Ferrari or something. It just looks beautiful. So I usually don't comment on colors, but for some reason this one really stuck out to me. It's a cool looking wing, and I was a big fan of the look of it. Getting to the important stuff, bring it out in the water. I've ridden it in, you know, various conditions like we get here. Light, normal, all the way up to some high winds, really lit on the 5-meter size. And I was really pleasantly surprised. The wing is compact but powerful. It goes upwind well. It's got, you know, great power for its size. The handle positioning is really, you know, refined and on point. You know, you've got 4 handles there, so and V handles too, I suppose, if you want to consider those part of the equation. But they're in the good spot. You know, they're useful positions. Handle wise, the first thing, you know, I noticed about them was like I couldn't really figure which ones I wanted to hold on to, but once I settled in, it felt like, okay, all 4 handles have a purpose for me. It's not just like, okay, they're 4 handles but I only use 2. For me anyway, you know, I tend to use the back handles, back front and back rear, when I'm out there riding with power or light wind where I want maximum power from the wing. If I'm riding overpowered or in the high end of the wings range, I tend to use the front handles, front for the front, front for the rear, to kind of balance that power. And I don't need to pull in so much, so it's not like I'm getting the front of the wing pulled over on me in a gust, if that makes sense. So that's the way I kind of used them in a regular situation. I also found that I decided to use kind of that front handle when surfing, and this really worked out well for me in light downwind situations with decent sized waves. I think we've probably got some clips of it in the B-roll in the video, but hopefully we can show you guys. But rather than holding the front handle, you know, which needs enough wind through the canopy to keep it aloft, I kind of held it on that front handle, and it's just enough, you know, wind in the canopy, into the actual profile of the canopy, to help it float a little bit more. And you can also hold some of the weight with your hand and kind of direct the wing. And in those light downwind situations in the waves where, you know, your wing really isn't flying very well because you're approaching, you know, that downwind speed of the wind at, you know, which essentially puts it at 0 through the canopy. You approach that pretty quickly, easily. So holding it in that way really allowed me to progress downwind without the wing falling in front of me or flipping over or getting unstable. And also, you know, you're kind of in a nice position where you can pull it back in easily if you want to power back up. So yeah, those handles at first, I was kind of like, yeah, I kind of almost want to hold them in between where they are. But once I worked out where I wanted to hold them, it was all golden from there. Really enjoyed that. On the handles, you know, they're just kind of standard handles, I guess. They're the thicker kind, so they're real comfy and cushioned. You know, they require a little bit more of a cupped grip to hold on rather than just fingertips, but you know, they're really comfortable and easy to use for me. So I liked that. Obviously the build quality coming from North is phenomenal. They're using some of the best materials out there, so there's really nothing left to be desired there. Durability, you know, as I said, I've only used it for maybe a month or more, but I don't anticipate any durability issues. Their kites have held up a long time for us, you know, very durable, and the fit and finish and quality of the finishing is really good on this Nova wing. So no real complaints there. The wing is included with a wrist leash, which works phenomenally. Yeah, it's a wrist leash, nothing much more to say about that, and the backpack is nice as well. So if you're after a new wind wing, you want something versatile that has good low-end grunt and kind of just a versatile performance. You know, I wouldn't say this wing is necessarily aimed at one type of riding specifically. It's more of a do-it-all kind of a wing. Sits kind of in the middle, so you can, you know, get out there and surf one day, ride some light wind the next day, or just learn and do whatever you're going to do with it, and have a lot of fun out there. So yeah, that's that. Stay tuned for next few videos. We'll also be having some videos on the Seek wing foil board, as well as the new Sonar foil line. So keep an eye out for those next. This has been Tucker with MattKiteboarding.com, and we'll see you next time.